Hi, it's Sean Reiner, the director, producer, writer, everything under the sun for this fucking special. And yes, this was a one-time only intro logo, and I don't really like it, so I haven't used it since. So what we're reviewing here is the director's cut, and before I start going into the making of this, really, I wasn't really satisfied with the original cut, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna recolor time everything, um, make it more to my liking, and honestly, preferably I like this cut over the original, but I have the original up just in case you do want to watch it. I'm not like a fucking George Lucas thing or whatever. All right, so anyway, let me get into the making of this. So I thought of a Halloween special a couple months prior to us filming this, and I figured, let's have some fun. So that book, I knew I wanted to do something Evil Dead ish related, and I was like, we need to make a Necronomicon. I originally tried looking up to see how much like the DVD edition of Evil Dead was the Necronomicon book, and it was too expensive. And after looking at everything, I figured, okay, even though it might take me a couple days, I might as well just make it myself. So I did. I looked at a bunch of tutorials and stuff like that, and even then, because there's like 3 to 5 layers of paper mache on that fucker, it took like 2 weeks. 2 weeks to make, and I was still in the middle of college as I was making that, so like I'm having to like put everything together super quick, or not super quick, but just like I'm having to like put it together, go to college, come back, hope pray to God it's dry. If it's not dry, leave it overnight, look at it in the morning.
If there's any movie you have to thank for such films as Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or even modern films like The Conjuring, you have to look towards Halloween. What is it that made Halloween become the classic we all know and love today? With the sequel, and yes, they call it a sequel to the first film because they retcon everything
Halloween
before it,
2018 came
that
out
came out
that year, so I
recently,
figured why not just do
still
the original.
legitimately and the most loved one of the
I'm
original
still
films
not
I consider the
too
greatest
thrilled about
modern
this
horror
review
film of
itself. It
all.
just sounds kind of like,
20 years after being
I mean,
instituted
all
as
these
a
opinions are
classic
mine,
in its
but
history,
it does just
one of the
kind of sound like
longest
I'm
running
repeating
sequels
stuff
is made
everybody
by
said before.
Chicago-built
I
Illinois
really didn't add
and
anything
follows a
new,
group of teens which includes Laurie Strode. While
and I
Michael's
kind
going
of wish
down
I
an
did.
art field, Dr. Loomis, played by the late Donald Pleasance, is on his trail trying to capture him
So
while
I would love
attempting to
to
rein
go
in
back
spirits.
one day
While this plot may sound
and
conventional, the
like
film makes up for this with its
find
rich
something
cinematography,
new to talk
music
about with this
score,
franchise because I
acting,
feel like there's been
tone,
so much said on it
costumes,
already.
and so much more. The cinematography in this film is masterfully crafted. There's many points within the film where the camera work conveys that eerie, mysterious feeling. Those opening shots of
I
Haddonfield
think
filling with
this
the appearance,
transfer,
letting you
um,
know some insane
when I
shit is
was
gonna
putting
happen
this
later
video
on down
together,
the line.
was
Some of
the
what I consider the most iconic
35th
shots of the
anniversary
film
edition. You
feature in
can
this.
tell because it's kind
For
of like
example,
desaturated.
there's a shot
When
where
I bought
Laurie
the
Strode
4K
sits
Blu-ray
down
that
after
came out
Michael
pretty
has knocked
recently,
Michael down.
I got that around
On
the
the
time
upper
it came
left
out
corner,
because I was
you
like,
see
I
him
was new to
slowly
4K.
rise up and turn his head over to
Um,
Laurie. There's many
the
reasons
Blu-ray
the
that was
film
included was
features
like the
more
old
effective scenes,
2007
but
one,
doesn't necessarily
which
have
was
to do with
apparently
cinematography.
a little
The
controversial
soundtrack
with
of
the
the
video
score is one of the most
files.
iconic soundtracks in horror. The soundtrack is only used in
But I don't
films
know,
that work
both of them
because
look
it's
pretty good to
immediate.
me.
For
I mean,
example, the opening scene where Michael
I
begins
do
his
prefer the
or
35th
anytime
anniversary
Michael
edition
starts
look.
scream for a
I
couple
also call it
seconds.
the 4K look because
Every
that's what it
shot
is basically.
conveys the feeling of dread, suspense, fright, you name it. You know, how much is it to own this?
So,
Jesus Christ! It's quite
yes,
fitting
that
the
is a
cast of the main
screenshot
cast
from
are as classic as they can get.
Discogs,
Jamie Lee
and
Curtis as Laurie Strode
this was
reveals her
before I
power as a
think was it
teenager in
Death
Laurie's
Waltz
survival,
recordings.
throwing severe
I think
places. While the cast is
reissued the
always plays a
soundtrack,
realistic
and the
portrayal of the
original was like
therapist trying to
fucking
find an
$200.
insane
It's
patient,
insane.
Pleasance is always very entertaining to watch. I'm going to admit, though, none of the other actors really stand out except Nick Castle as Michael in the costume. All the other actors
Yes, that was
look
a
like they
joke on
are
the whole
doing multiple
totally
takes
thing
of
because
one
they say
another like
totally like
Achilles'
20 to 30
brothers.
times in this
They're
fucking
really
movie.
just filler characters for Michael to kill and
Um,
nothing more. I didn't say this
so
movie
after
was
this review, I was like,
flawless.
okay,
I've always loved a little
I want to have
horror
a
but
big
really
sketch, but
noticed the first time
I
watching it.
realized as I was
It's
writing
like
this
the
sketch,
ending.
we're gonna have to
It's
lead up
not
to
just
it.
a thing from another world. It's a little thing that Michael
we're gonna have to lead up to this kind of battle scene at the end. So my idea was, okay, sprinkle in every video of the month, sprinkle in some sort of like lead up to it. So in Matt's video, he did the cat in a hat, which I thought was fucking comical as hell. Um, he did the cat in a hat, and I had a little thing I shot at the end, which I had to carefully, really carefully shoot because I moved furniture around in my room, so I had to make it look like it was still in the same position. Because, truth be told, I shot the review portion of this video pretty early, like early September, and yeah, God, this setup is awful. My fucking hair, Jesus Christ. So this is where the sketch starts, and this is the only scene really I don't really like, and that's just because the way we shot it. We shot it quick, and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, no matter what. But this is the best take out of all of them. This is fine. Those shots are fine, and the shots where I'm actually going to the door are fine. There's a really funny outtake of this where somebody's snapping their or Jacob snapping his fingers to make sure his audio recorder is working. That's an audio recorder. We tried making it kind of look like he got like done filming or something, and he still had it with him, as if he was like the audio guy. No, he was literally recording the audio. It's not a mistake. It was totally intentional. I could have cut that better, but this shot was actually zoomed in a little. That's why it kind of looks degraded. I was still wearing wallet chains. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's me doing the voices of the books, and we basically held them on strings. Matt made that bootleg cover, and we did basically a lot of it was pretty simple. The shots where the DVDs were flying to our faces were actually like reverse shots. Yeah, and that shows Halloween 3 because movie's infamously movie's kind of infamous. I don't think Halloween 3 is that bad, but like actually I thought it'd be funny fitting with the whole Halloween theme. And that was an old shitty Good Times DVD release, so I was okay with destroying that. That was green screen. We shot the DVD in front of a green screen, and then because it was a two-person crew when we were shooting the scenes where I was fighting. Matt had to leave. Yeah, we destroyed that fucker. And actually, in the raw footage, Matt goes down. He grabs the fucking DVD and just rips it apart, and the disc exploded. And we were like, shit. The disc exploded. What do we do? So, we were going to this college at the time, and all they had was this tiny ass fucking broom. And it was literally like a fucking midget's broom. It was ridiculous. That was cut out of the original. I didn't think it worked, but I put it back in, and it's so funny. I'm glad I kept it in. Yeah, we got this wonderful green screen section, in which Matt's first take, he didn't really scream at all. He just kind of did whatever. And then second take, I was like, no, just have at it. And then he just went nuts. So this was shot at top of the parking garage, outside of where we were filming earlier. And yeah, it was Matt's idea to have the triple X on the bottle, like old cartoons and alcohol. He bought fake cigarettes and he got these like John Lennon-esque glasses. It was my idea to add the film grain and all that as well, and I yelled it. I tried making this parking garage look as post-apocalyptic as possible, because it does really kind of look shitty up there. And this is just a random Google image. I couldn't find who made it though. And yeah, this still makes me laugh. I don't know. I don't know why I added it, but maybe because it was like a late night edit and I was just bored. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. It was fun to shoot. It did take a couple months to prepare. Um, and yeah, this was the first part, of a fucking lore. Um, part two comes out soon, and you guys will see what that's about. And yeah, you can see where we shot it for dealing with our bullshit. Yeah, it's my little witty credits thing and our
If you enjoyed the
Patreon logo.
content,
But
then please consider supporting
yeah,
us by
this has
clicking the
been
Patreon
a
link.
quick audio commentary on the original Snoboween, the director's cut. So I've been your host throughout this, Sean Reinert, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Peace.